Botswana holds a special place in our hearts. Wildlife roams freely here, making you feel both adventurous and deeply humble at the same time. It was here a few years ago during a road trip through Botswana and Namibia in a rental car that our dream of exploring the world overland sparked. There was just one route we couldn't take back then and therefore still on our bucket list. Whether it's drivable depends on season and road conditions. But this time the stars seem to align. And to make it even better, my best friend Ruth is joining us for one more week. We're Carla and Lida, and we swapped a career ladder for a life of adventure with our Land Rover Defender Pango.
Our first flat tire.
Over the past 16 months, we've traveled through Africa, exploring 14 countries and counting. We left you last time in the spectacular Okavango Delta, one of the few rivers on Earth that never reaches the sea. Instead, the water spreads out into the delta, transforming it into one of Africa's richest wildlife havens. In this episode, Botswana shows its wild beauty again. Wander along with us as we drive from the Okavango Delta through Khwai, Savuti and Chobe National Park. We promise you one thing: it will be wild.
Welcome back everyone. We are driving out of Maun. Still have the passenger princess with us. And in this episode we're going to drive deeper into wild Botswana.
Yes, we are going to take a road that we've wanted to take since, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But then we were here with a 2x4 pickup. And now we finally have our trusted Pango 4x4. And we will be taking this road that goes from Maun to Kasane. So it goes sort of northeasterly through the country, and it passes Moremi, Savuti, Khwai, Chobe. So going past all these very famous parks and see if we can find some nice campings and hopefully very good wildlife spottings.
Nice tracks.
Not the potholes I'm trying to avoid at this moment. Rather driving on the side of the road now.
Yeah, so it's now waiting for the cool sandy tracks. And let's go.
Let's go.
Lunch break. What's in the making?
I think it looks like breakfast more. But fruit, yogurt, muesli.
Breakfast for lunch. Looks like this is also the lunch spot of the Ellies. You see a few branches here. But maybe it was yesterday's lunch. No Ellies so far on the road, but the road is fine. And I think another, 70 kilometers today, which will take a few hours. Oh, it's great. Better than the tar roads we had a few days ago. Lots of nothing here. I'm gonna get my yogurt.
Have to take little loops the whole time, little detours the whole time. That's made around the way or on the side of like parallel route, just to avoid the mud pools. just came over a little hill and we saw something lying in the road, and that something was a carcass and lions feeding on it in the road. Oh my word, oh my goodness gracious. This is the best we have ever seen. The closest to a kill to lions feeding that you and I have seen. It's amazing. And it was just on the road. This is just this transit road, sort of between the parks. But wow.
We were lucky.
We were very lucky.
Super lucky.
Just turned off the road to go towards Khwai, and yeah, I think we're 50 meters in and there's a herd of buffalo.
Okay, navigating our way through the bush. If you have a big rig, I think it's gonna be hard to take this road or this track, but it's beautiful. And hopefully within 6 kilometers we reach a campsite in Khwai.
The river Khwai seems a little high. So
We're gonna turn.
I'm gonna turn and take a road that says no entry, but yeah, you see no other options. There's the other road that 3 maps, 2 apps and 1 map says exist. There's no sign of. So
It must be possible to get to Khwai.
yes, because it's somewhere there are campsites.
We're close. We're close.
Still trying to find a way to the campsite because the water is too high.
It's really overgrown, eh?
Yeah. I think this is a new road.
New road.
Yeah.
after plenty of turns, reverses, and finding new tracks in the sand, I think we are approaching a camp.
It's not the camp we were looking for.
But whatever.
Oké.
Oké.
We mogen niet even drank hebben.
Proost op jongens.
Nee, dan mag je drank in de...
Oh, nee.
Lekker.
Good morning. We have Rut on dishes, Carla on breakfast,
Braaibroodjes,
and I'm making coffee. What did we hear last night?
hippos, elephants, hyenas, lions, what else? And birds.
Yeah, quite a wild place as you can see. We're in the Khwai community area. And yesterday we were super lucky with a amazing sighting. Lions on the street, nibbling on a giraffe. And when we got here last night, we saw some more alleys. We also saw them on the way. Lots of other animals. So all in all, amazing and really wild. And today we're not sure yet actually, but we're thinking of making our way towards Savuti or maybe even a bit further north, but into Chobe National Park. That's the plan. It's not that far in terms of distance, but it's sandy tracks and a lot of bumps, so we don't go fast. It could easily take us a whole day, especially if there are lions on the road again. Let's see. We are quickly learning to drive in Botswana the hard way.
We thought we could easily get into Savuti. There are no clear indications on maps for exactly where to go in. There's a few options given. Some are now flooded. Rangers send you to the town and say you will get in there. Then we meet people that just came from Savuti and they say no, you have to go in here. And you can only get into the gate probably until 12 o'clock if you want to drive through. So we're going to try and make it.
It's now 20 past 11 and this is the road. Whee! Did we make it?
We made it to the gate.
We made it through the gate.
It's through the gate.
So we are now officially in Savuti / Chobe National Park. Or I think you should look at Savuti as one of the 4 areas or parks within the greater Chobe National Park. Hello. A little detour around the dam.
The dam was the road.
And we made it through Savuti. It didn't look like it this morning, but
No, it was a really, really sandy road. And it's like a, I don't know,
BMX track.
BMX flow track is just constant. It never stops. So it takes a long time, and I think it's been a bit rough on the suspension.
Yeah.
Very rough. I hear things. So we'll see.
Brett is enjoying her African massage. Oops, 2 kilometers from camp.
Our first flat tire.
Yeah, I think we can only blame Rut. Let's find the jack and change it, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this is not going to work anymore. Okay, we'll have to try the air jack again.
The bottle jack broke. Now we're gonna switch to the air jack. Ja, dat is natuurlijk stom van ons geweest.
Even kijken, waar is hier? Beetje naar mij. Ja, yes.
Komt de auto aan. 1 hour later.
Is het that long?
Job done. We all look so dirty.
Mijn best t-shirt, wearing my best t-shirt.
Teamwork. Rudy.
Ik zeg dat ding.
We did it. It's getting dark. But
Let you really get the full experience.
Passenger princess.
Yeah.
Get out.
No, the term passenger princess is no longer standing.
thank you, Rut. We found the problem. It's on the sidewall, unfortunately, so I don't think I can do anything about it myself. Maybe a bush mechanic can do something, but it's a bit iffy on the sidewall. So this is it. You can see, yeah, there's a few cracks in here, but this one, this is it. So something hooked in there. It's in the inside, so it was on the inner part of the wheel. I think it hooked in there and tore through, so yeah, unfortunate. Okay, we'll have to drive very carefully to Kasane. There are a few tire shops there, one or two, or at Kazangula, where we can hopefully buy another wheel or maybe get a safe fix. We'll see.
We stayed here today and did all kinds of tasks. We did a lot of laundry.
And we cleaned our dust bomb, Pango. Still not there, but almost.
And we put the bottle jack where it belongs.
By the dustbin. So, this is what happened. Look at that. I put the bottle jack in a little spot on the axis close to the wheel, and it was sort of in between two bolts or something that was, yeah, I thought would keep it nicely in place. But what happened when the car moved just a little bit, when I just checked the handbrake, I think the sand underneath moved a little bit, the car moved a little bit, and this thing sort of got wedged between the 2 points and therefore had nowhere to go and bent.
Oh, hey, some wildlife. The pink panther. Okay, let's relax. Let's chill.
Flamingo.
The flamingo.
Is there a pink flamingo there? Oh, not the pink panther. It's the pink panther.
I said the pink panther, but she wants to be a flamingo now all of a sudden.
Jongens, toch?
We left the Chobe hideaway campsite this morning and now we're making our way to Kasane. We're a little bit stressed because we only have 4 wheels still left and one of them has a slow puncture, it seems. It's 70 kilometers to Kasane. Hopefully we reach that. No, this thing is definitely leaking. We just had to stop to sign in to transit the park, and then we heard like tss, tss, tss. I'm probably gonna repeat this a few times on our way to town. We're thinking it's also a sidewall issue, just like with the other tire. But let's pump it up hard. Yeah, turn it off. Okay, so we're now stopping every 20 kilometers and pump up the tires. I think it's dropping 0.4, 0.5 bar over 20 kilometers. It's another 20, so I think we're now gonna drive straight to Dave's tires.
Yes.
Die inspiratie op.
They were able to repair both tires, but we knew the day was coming closer that we need to buy a whole new set. But first, we made the most of our last few days with the 3 of us. Rut and I went on a game drive near the Chobe River. My personal highlight, spotting a honey badger, one of the toughest animals. She's leaving us.
She's leaving us.
Dus Anne gaat even naar vanwege. Fijn, mag jullie even lekker. Dank jullie wel. Echt, ik vond het echt super gaaf.
We just dropped it at the airport. Lida is there, feeling a bit sorry for herself. She just has me now. But it was amazing to share this with someone, so we're very grateful. And we thought we'd show you just what is happening on the roof now and what we are using it for and how we are experiencing our new setup. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm wearing a hat so much, it's because I'm over 40 and it's difficult to color your hair at a campsite. So even though we had a roof rack and load bars, we opted for this version as it gave us the opportunity to move the weight to the front, almost I would say a meter to the front, which makes it much easier to lift the roof. What we did choose is this extra height wolf box setup that gave us a lot more storage room, and this is everything in this game of overlanding, to have room for stuff and spares and stuff. So what else? We have this transit bag, sort of a dry bag, and it can just hold anything, sleeping bags, roots tent and anything else that might not fit in a square box. And we opted for this setup, 2 single jerry can holders. We would have had it there on the side of the car, like the other side, but we do value the light that we get from our open window. So the other side was anyway blocked by the kitchen cupboards, and yeah, so nice to have the light coming in on the side. So this is actually a brilliant option. And then this little mister, I spent so much time building my own Starlink mount because I couldn't find anything on the market end of last year, and by January apparently this came out. So this is quite a sturdy thing, and this is exactly what I was looking for, something very sturdy because of the off-roading. So sorry Dad, we spent a lot of time building that thing. But yeah, still a good concept, maybe we can sell it. Solar panel moved to the back, but that's very light. And we have nice room to stand here and work, or maybe take in the view, or that view. So this definitely gives us more space and the weight to the front. But there is also a downside that we have to note. The bigger boxes at the front changes the very aerodynamic shape of the Land Rover. to even worse aerodynamic shape. And we are seeing a notable fuel consumption difference. So maybe we can change something, change the setup with the back to the front, make the area a little bit smaller that's hitting the wind. We'll try it out. If you have any advice, please let us know. But we're not going to remove anything, I think. We're not going to remove anything, right? So this has to work. Okay, so if you have advice with this setup, please let us know. But our time in Botswana has come to an end. We are heading over the border tomorrow morning into the Caprivi Strip, and then we will be seeing you in Namibia. So thank you for joining us here in Botswana, seeing all the wonderful wildlife. We hope you enjoyed it, and until next time. Bye.
Bye.